What makes men prefer cunnilingus? Most males speak of sexual activity when they putting women down as immersion instead of cunnilingus, due to the fact that when they give they do more than just lick the genital area. Instead, they fully immerse the face in the action. Being sexual, a man not only appreciates feeling the against his tongue, but he also likes to touch his face with it. These sensations are what he calls the limitless vaginal textures. He wants to investigate the outer lips of vulva, in addition to the ones inside of it. He wants to stick as his next action. His tongue was lodged there. He waits until after that to put it in his lips and begins sucking it. He does not, however, resolve his dispute there. He desires the juices to saturate his whole chin and cheeks. That is what he wants. He wishes he could touch her thighs, putting pressure on the sides of his head, while her hips wildly tremble. He wants to not just take pleasure in yet he also wants to take in the flavor, aroma of what he is. Whatever he is. It's tempting to eat, isn't it? However, you must have thought about what is it about cunnilingus, you ask? Thing has a lot of appeal for guys. Darwinian psychologists are certain that they know how to fix this problem. Otherwise, they are at the very least covered by the belief that they are well informed as to understand why our ancestors created preferring to speak with their lips open. Pudender. There were advantageous effects for reproduction by this conduct. Those of our ancestors who participated in there were more frequently in cunnilingus, regarded as the most suitable for survival. They could pass on their DNA to the next generation. Consequently, there is a sizable population of men who appreciate sports. In today's society, licking. Alternatively, when guys are depressed, the tendency is for them to pack up their chutes that include additional bullets. This has led to them having a increased chance of conceiving a child. Since there were advantages to evolution, it makes sense for you to eat on the Y. Assuming that our ancient forefathers possibly acquired a preference for over time, practice. Those who participated in the majority of cunnilingus were more likely to having successfully passed on their genes. The second factor is that our ancestors relied on the motion of falling a woman to determine whether or not had ovulated. Perhaps our earliest human forebears utilized a tool called cunnilingus to determining whether a woman was fertile. The cunnilingus performs this duty in the kingdom of mammalian by a number of other creatures. During the ritual of mating, will sniff the prospective date's genital area. Female partners to collect olfactory clues to her state of reproduction. There is no reason why no one's forebears would have changed turned their lovers' backs for the same reason. It makes sense to believe that the forefathers of male humans would have been being able to tell whether a woman was kissing and sniffing her, ovulating. To determine this, use your vagina. Do you think this is entirely accurate? Implausible. This comes after research from an earlier research that was carried out in Finland 10 and revealed that males back then preferred women's sensibility to cycles of menstruation were almost ovulatory phase. To put it another way, a woman's body odor changes when she is most fertile. Even in modern times, men still find the aroma of an ovulating woman to be the most alluring. This is another reason why it's possible that men evolved to enjoy tasting their own puss so much. To learn more about how to sexually drive a woman crazy in bed, read Cracker Code, The Art and Craft of Sexually Driving Her Wild. Her Wild Excuse Not. 3. In a recent study, researchers came to the intriguing conclusion that the female orgasm may be an evolutionary holdover from the time when our human ancestors were required to experience an orgasm in order to ovulate. Cunnilingus increases a woman's likelihood of having an orgasmic experience, and as a result of becoming pregnant, because women orgasm more frequently in response to oral stimulation. In humans, an endocrine surge can be seen right away after a female has an orgasmic experience. This surge in hormones is quite similar to what has been seen in other mammals, including the fact that these mammals need natural substances for their bodies to ovulate. So licking a woman's vagina to induce an orgasmic state in a female may have been the technique that led to the highest rate of successful pregnancies in the beginning of humanity. It's possible that men also evolved the ability to use cunnilingus as a method to discover whether their female partners have been unfaithful. From what I can tell, when a man is licking a woman's vagina, he is in a great position to taste and smell for the trace of another man's sexual activity. If you still find this hard to believe, take a look at the experience of one of my friends. It makes perfect sense that our early human ancestors could have used cunnilingus for the same purpose. The fifth and final reason is that vaginal pheromones give males increased sexual endurance. To be more precise, he discovered the truth while they were making out, even though they did not wear condoms. She came clean about having sex with another person after he challenged her about it. Finally, a study was able to establish proof that a man's testosterone levels rise in response to the odors that emanate from a woman's vaginal area. The olfactory stimulus that occurs during cunnilingus is rewarding for the male, for instance acting as a release of semen, a chemical that enhances men's sexual stamina. To summarize, having a woman's head enables a man to have strong erections and remain sexually active for a longer period. Men still enjoy cunnilingus for the same reason. The first defense is that males with cunnilingus act more aggressively, releasing more sperm. According to the findings of one study, men generate more sperm when they ejaculate and when they spend more time licking a woman's genitalia.